Extra time.
Mishti Kotha, Bengal's newest taste of sweets.
I conducted the final game here. So Bangladesh lost last game, and I think Indian team some mentally boost up there. So do you think you can beat them here and win the series because of the same ground like Karnataka? Hey,
Definitely. Look, I'm really proud of the way the boys have played thus far. Good performance in the first game. Second game, we got ourselves into a good position with the bat, and then maybe made a few mistakes with the batting. But we confident that if we played our potential, we can push India hard and beat them on any day.
Coach, is there any specific weakness you're looking to exploit in this Indian team?
Look, it's no secret that they've got a reasonably inexperienced bowling attack. We know that if we bat well and we stick to our strategies, we can put their bowling attack under pressure. So look, they're a good side, but we do think that if we bat our potential, we can put their bowling lineup under pressure.
Well, Coach, in these conditions, how important is the toss is, and do you think after losing the toss, it's become like the chasing team gets a lot of advantage in these conditions?
I think Dews has played a factor. There's no doubt about it. I think both. Quiet, guys, settle down. What's happening? Sorry. I think obviously the toss has played a bit of a role. Both teams batting second have come out on top thus far. But look, if we had got 180, 190 in the last game, we'd have given ourselves a better chance. So that was no real excuse for us in terms of not playing well enough in the last game. Okay, let's go again. Noisy.
What kind of wicket are you expecting?
Well, the last time I was in Nagpur, a game finished in 2 days. So it looks a bit better this time. So, look, I think Nagpur historically the score's a little bit lower than they would be in Rajkot. Rajkot average score maybe 185 here, average score 155. So I think the spinners will come more into the game here than they maybe would have in Rajkot.
Is there a concern over the Pacers' form right now?
Our paces?
The pace lineup?
No, not at all. I thought we bowled really well in the first game. Second game, a little bit of a wet ball, great wicket, great player in Rohit. That's going to happen in T20 cricket. So no major concern with the paces at the moment.
Coach, Mustafizur Rahman is not in a good shape last two matches. Is there a concern?
No concern. He's a quality bowler. Like batsmen maybe get 2 or 3 games where they don't get runs. Exactly the same with bowling in this format. Bowlers are under pressure, particularly with the wet ball against top quality batters on good wickets. That's going to happen, so we've got no concerns. We know he's a match winner for us. He's our most experienced bowler, and he has been for a long time, and we know that there's a big performance just around the corner from him.
Hi Coach.
Hello.
At the moment, Afif Hussain and Mosaddeq are batting at number 6 and number 7 position for Bangladesh. They are not really big hitters. Last match we saw only 17 run gains in the last 3 overs. Is it a concern for Bangladesh that Bangladesh haven't had that much of big hitters in their squad?
Look, I don't think we're ever going to be a West Indian or England type of batting lineup with guys who can hit the ball out the ground. Just physically, we're not that type of team. If you look at the size of our players, they're reasonably small. Afif's a small boy, Mossadeq's a small boy, Litton's a small boy. But what we are trying to get into our game is being smart, using the pace, running well between wickets, hitting gaps, picking up the 2s. 6 2s and an over is as good as hitting 2 6s. So that is something we're aware of and something that we're trying to remedy by trying to work on our other strengths, which is our running between wickets, our placement of shots, our execution of our using the pace shots. So it's something we're aware of and something that we're trying to bring a new dimension into our game. It's just a couple of games ago that our fifth played an amazing innings against Zimbabwe. Him and Mossadegh took us home when we were in big trouble. But that's the nature of T20 cricket. It's very hard to do that every single game. You come in with 2 overs to spare sometimes. Sometimes you come in with 8 overs to spare. Sometimes you come in with 2 balls to spare. So it's a very difficult position being at number 6 and 7. It's probably the hardest position in a T20 batting lineup.
Coach, as you said that the pool doesn't produce many high-scoring match. And we saw that Bangladesh used to play good cricket where our score is a bit low, like we saw at Delhi. Don't you think that against this strong, hardy Indian team, that is an added advantage for Bangladesh team to win the series?
Definitely. We definitely feel that if the wicket does spin, it brings our spinners into the game. We've got a whole host of guys who can bowl spin for us and fill in our 20 overs. So if the wicket spins, we definitely feel like it gets us very much into the contest.
Hi, Coach.
Hello, sir.
After the last night, we saw that it was a good start for the team. Suddenly, you lost in terms of the overs. And what was the discussion after that? How are you trying to, because the middle overs become very crucial in the T20, where you lost the momentum over there. Can you explain the thinking, what is going on in the team?
No, look, like I said, we got off to a great start. I think we got to 112.2 overs. India got to 111 overs, so they were only generally 1 over ahead of us. But look, it's a learning experience for some of our batters. Guys like Afif, Shomo, Mossadegh. It's every single game we play, we're hoping to learn from those mistakes, with the big goal being a World Cup a year away, so that when we get there, our decision making is a lot better. And we've gained a lot more experience in these type of situations. So whilst it didn't work out there's always learning you can take from every single game. So hopefully we've learned from those mistakes and we can remedy that going into the next game.
Well, Coach, in the previous match, we saw 3 or 4 of our batters. They reached the run around 30s, but they couldn't carry their innings, and they left 38 dot balls in the entire 120 ball innings. So is this an area of concern for you? And what you just said, that 6 and 2 makes 8 and over, but the problem of Bangladesh batting is they make a 6 first ball and then they can score a single in the very few next balls. So how do you want to fix this problem in this very crucial game?
No, we look at a lot of our numbers, and 38 dot balls in a T20 game is actually not that bad. It's not too bad. So anything under 40 we feel is acceptable. The big problem in the last game is, like you said, nobody got the 70 or 80 like Rawi did, or like Mushi did in the first game. So big emphasis for us that somebody gets into 30. Got to try and hold the innings together and make sure that we get that 70 or that 80 run individual innings which can set up a big score.
The last 2 questions.
According to you, 38 and 40, there is only difference of 2 balls, isn't it? So why does it make you anxious or cautious? 38 and 40, the gap is very short.
I don't understand your question, sir.
We just say the 40 is par number, it's quite manageable. The 40 dot balls are okay. Yes. But 38 and 40, there's only gap of 2 balls. Why 38 doesn't make you anxious?
No, I'm saying anything under 40 is acceptable for us. So 38 dot balls is not a big issue for me. That's okay.
Do you have any plan to put a left-hand spinner in the 11?
Look, it's something to consider. There's no doubt about it. We feel India got a lot of left-hand batters. I mean, they've got how many? 3 in their top 6, 3 or 4 maybe. So with our off-spinners, it worked a game ago. Just because it didn't work in the last game doesn't mean everything's got to change. India played better than us in the second game. We played better than them in the first game. That's the nature of the game. And I think the thing we're trying to instill within our group, and for the information of reporters or media, is that we don't want to be a team that makes knee-jerk reactions to a loss. I think that's maybe been the case for too long with this particular team. We want to back a certain group of players, and we want to go with those players. And if somebody has a bad game, doesn't mean he doesn't play for the next 6 months. That's part of T20 cricket. Rohit got out for nothing in the first game, but he got 8 in the second game. That's the nature of the game. So we believe that the players that have been on the park have been good enough to win those first couple of compete in those first couple of games. No need to make too many drastic changes just because some guy played really well against us. Does it make sense?
Coach, can you Bangladesh someone to score big in the T20 match because in the last match, most of the guys got to start, but no one picked up at 60 or 70. That's the area that would be a concern area for you.
It's definitely, that's something we talk long and hard about. Like I said earlier, Mustafi's got the big score in the first game. Mushi got the big score in the first game, we won. Second game, Rohit gets a big score, they win. We get 230s. That's where we need to make sure we get somebody getting the 70 and 80.
Tell us something about Deaton and Tomo. Why they are not converting their stars into a big one?
That's, maybe they can answer. They're trying. There's no doubt about it. They're not trying to get out for 30 or 40s. They've just maybe made some bad decisions at crucial stages of the innings that they need to work on. So I don't think it's a technical thing. It might be decision making at crucial stages that they need to improve on.
After first match, Mushfiq gave credit to you and all the coaching staff. So the way you have managed to recruit the team for the India series. The way Bangladesh have bounced back after a few typical past weeks in the Bangladesh cricket. Are you surprised how the players have managed to focus on cricket and win the first game?
No, look, it's the players deserve a lot of credit. It's been a tough couple of weeks for them, and they've been fantastic. The way they've trained over the last 10 days that we've been here, the energy they've shown, the desire, the willingness to try different things has been fantastic, and all the credit must go to them. They've done a fantastic job under some testing conditions. They're playing against a quality side away from home, and if someone said to us 2 weeks ago, all of us, that we'd be 1-1 coming to Nagpur, no one would have believed it. So we're pretty happy with where we are. We know there's a great opportunity for us tomorrow, and the guys are really excited about it. I mean, end of the day, India, one of the best sides in the world. No one gives Bangladesh a chance, but we think if we play the potential, we've got a chance tomorrow.
How is the two younger performance Amidu and Naim? Are you satisfied or expecting more from them?
Naim and? Oh, Biplop. I always like, I don't know animal, I like Biplop. I've always liked the leg spinner. And I know Biplop's more of a batsman who can bowl leg spin. But man, we've been impressed by his energy and his desire, his work effort. He's just such a great guy to have in our team. Even against Rohit, he went for 13, but he ended up bowling 3.5 overs, 2 for 23, and then his last ball went for 6. So he bowled fantastically well. For a young boy, only 20, 21, to bowl under that type of pressure was fantastic. And then the young Naim, his T20 record is not that good, but it's a great format for us to try and look at the next group of players coming through. You don't know how long Tamim, Mushi, Riyad, those guys are going to be playing for. So great opportunity to look at some of the younger players. There's a new young test boy that's joined us now, Saif Hussain. We want to have a look at him as well, see how we train. So good to have those young players. But the most impressive thing, not just their performances, but has been the energy, the attitude, the work ethic has been fantastic.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.